Hello everyone, this is Dr. ZEESHAN Khan and I welcome you all to Excellence video classes. Today's topic of discussion is circulatory system in humans. So let's try to understand what is circulation. Circulation refers to the transportation of different substances from one part of the body to the other different part. For example, the digestion of food takes place in the alimentary canal. And after the food is digested, it gets absorbed in the small intestine, and with the help of blood, it gets transported to the different parts of the body. Similarly, when we breathe in the oxygen from the atmosphere, it goes into our lungs, and from the lungs, the blood transports this oxygen to the different parts of the body. The endocrine glands in our body, which secretes and releases hormones into the blood carries this hormone and transport to the different parts of the body. So, by these three examples, we understand that blood is a circulating fluid which transport different substance to the different locations from the different locations within our body. So, this circulation is facilitated by an organ which is called the pumping organ of the body, which is the heart. Heart is one of the very important organ and is as big as our fist, situated centrally in the thorax in our body. So in this discussion, we shall understand the structure of heart and the working and the functioning of the human heart in our body. As of the structure of the heart is concerned, it is roughly the shape of a papaya and is internally divided into compartments. There are 4 compartments or chambers in a human heart. The upper chambers are termed as atrium and the lower chambers are termed as ventricles. So the human heart has 2 atrium and 2 ventricles, which is divided into left and right partition with the help of a septum. So the atrium and the ventricles have different blood vessels connected into it, which carries the blood into the heart and takes away the blood from the heart. As of the right atrium is concerned, it has 2 incoming blood vessels known as superior and inferior vena cava. As of the right ventricle is concerned, it has an outgoing blood vessels called pulmonary artery. Left atrium has an incoming blood vessel called pulmonary vein, and left ventricle has an outgoing blood vessel termed as aorta. So all these different blood vessels brings in the blood and takes away the blood from the heart. That's what the structure of heart primarily is all about. The atrium and ventricles have a septum, a partition, which is called atrioventricular septum. Right side and left side, and there is a valve present on each of the side. On the right side, we have a valve made up of 3 cusps, which is termed as the tricuspid valve, and on the right side, we have 2 cusps, and thus the valve is called bicuspid or mitral valve. So, as of the working of heart is concerned, heart continuously undergoes contraction and relaxation, which is given a term systole and diastole respectively. The blood from the different parts of the body, which is deoxygenated, comes to the heart for the purpose of oxygenation. The deoxygenated blood from the different parts of the body is collected into the right atrium of the heart with the help of vena cava. The superior and inferior vena cava. Superior vena cava brings the blood deoxygenated from the different part of the body which is above the heart, or the upper part of the body, and the inferior vena cava brings the deoxygenated blood from the lower parts of our body. The deoxygenated blood gets collected into the right atrium of the heart. Once the right atrium is filled with the deoxygenated blood, it undergoes a contraction or systole, due to which a pressure is developed and the tricuspid valves opens up and the deoxygenated blood from the atrium gets into the right ventricle, crossing the atrioventricular valve. The right ventricle now gets filled with the deoxygenated blood. Right ventricle contracts and the deoxygenated blood is pushed out of the heart with the help of pulmonary artery, and this carries this deoxygenated blood to both of the lungs. Lungs, which is the reservoir of oxygen, deoxidizes this blood and the blood becomes oxygenated. Now, this oxygenated blood from the lungs comes back into the heart, now into this left atrium with the help of pulmonary vein. So, left atrium receives the oxygenated blood. Left atrium contracts and the oxygenated blood gets into the left ventricle with the help of bicuspid valve. Left ventricle now is filled with the oxygenated blood, and left ventricle is the largest chamber among all the 4 chambers. It undergoes a strong contraction and the oxygenated blood is pushed out of the heart with the help of the largest artery called aorta. Now this oxygenated blood is distributed to the different parts of the body. The blood again, when gets deoxygenated, will return back to the right atrium with the help of vena cavas, and the cycle repeats itself.